sound like shit.
It's recording and it got.
Hello.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back to an all new episode of Black Girl Can't Cook. No, Danielle, you do not look like shit. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hi, you guys. Today I am joined by my beautiful friend, Danny. What's your last name?
Carney, like the carnival folk.
Danielle Carney. She is a comedy actress, a writer, an improv queen, and like an all-around phenomenal artist. Like she draws, she does sketches. Hi,
Wow.
Danny. Welcome, my friend.
I've never been so hyped up before.
Oh, you get all the hype. And y'all, she is a fellow Scorpio. You know, I love a Scorpio. Scorpio girls, we get down. Wait, let's just start. I love to start like all these things with my friends. How did we meet? Do you know how we met? I know how we met.
Yeah, it was at
It was
Sarah's
at a bar.
birthday party. It was no, was it a bachelor meeting?
Yeah. Okay.
So it was bachelor.
Bachelor.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh yeah. Bachelor. We were in the Upper East Side. One of our mutual friends, like, they worked at a bar, and every Monday night we would watch The Bachelor. What was it? Rachel's season? Was it Rachel Lindsay's season?
No. It was Becca.
Becca.
Was it
Ari?
Yeah, it was Ari.
Was it Ari?
Because then Becca was after Ari.
Yeah, Ari was the worst. That was the worst. I need to
look it up.
Look it up. Okay, so me and Danny, when we met on the Upper East Side. A bunch of girls would watch The Bachelor oh my God, y'all remember bars? Y'all remember being inside?
Yeah, it was Ari. Sorry.
It was Ari. We met.
Yeah, because that was my first time watching The Bachelor.
And it was just the energy was so cool. It was like a bunch of random girls that like all kind of knew each other, but we would just like order food and like yell at the TV and watch The Bachelor.
Yes.
It was really, really cool. And I thought Danny was so cool. She was like so spunky, like in her like New York uniform. And I was like, who's this girl? But she's like so tiny, but she has all this like power and energy. I was very like, I was like, ooh, I want to be her friend. I was like, I'm down.
That's how I felt too. I feel like we were both yelling about something. And like, I don't know, I feel like you said something like as sassy as I was thinking. And I just like looked at you and was like, I will make her mine. Yeah. She will be my friend.
It was such an odd season. It was a very twist of events because that girl won. Are you watching Matt James' season right now?
I am not, admittedly, but I sometimes read our chat.
Oh, I left that chat. I left that Instagram group chat, but yeah, don't watch it. It's nothing good. I think he's gonna pick the girl who's a racist, Rachel. Don't watch it. You're not missing anything.
Wait,
what? Exactly.
How does that work?
But you guys, me and Danny met in New York, and she's just an all-around great girlfriend, and I'm so happy to have you here today. Thank you so much. Having me. So as I start the interview, I really like to ask all guests, what is your relationship like with your body?
What is my relationship to my body? I mean, I think it's all around good. I think it's something that I've had to kind of like cultivate on my own growing up, because I think obviously we all know we're all fed like this very toxic, super white, brainwashing, very European, supermodel, or like, I don't know, like we're all fed all that stuff. And I think like our moms, or, you know, like my mom was from a generation where like, I don't know, women didn't eat, women like their over exercising was like, you know, like fucking jazzercise or something. And I think her parents were actors. I think I'm combining two of the questions, but like her parents were actors. So I think like they had like a pretty intense standard of whatever their own beauty was. So I feel, and I grew up in LA.
Ooh, West Coast. Wait, Dad, yes. That's why I grew up on the. That's why I thought we did.
Yes. Yeah. So I grew up in LA, and I went to like a fancy private school that my mom dad. So there were like a lot of like celebrity adjacent folks, like celebrity adjacent, just like moms were young and beautiful and thin and models or just wealthy, all this stuff. And I think it was just weird. So I definitely had my own junk with body. But
yeah, today
I'm also really good at research. I don't know. I like research and talking myself out of it and being like, oh, like my body does so much for me all of the time without me asking it to do anything. Like, and I think I developed, this is like my patented mentality, which like I hope benefits all. I started to think, it started after college because I was also very like weird in college about my body and stuff for whatever. I mean, why?
Yeah, but no, women in college. Yeah, absolutely. That no, that's whatever. A whole other, of course.
Yeah, and I think it was after college, and it was like the first time I ever felt like I gained weight, which now I hate saying, and I don't believe in scales, and I think everyone should throw them out because all they do is
hot.
All they do is fucking hype up the patriarchy and make you feel terrible. They don't tell you anything about your actual composition and they just make you feel bad.
Girl, and even I would even say, y'all, when you go in the doctor's office and what's the first thing? They do your height and even that. I'm like, I agree with you 100%. We don't, it's unneeded. It's unethical. No.
It really doesn't tell you anything specific that you think you want to know. Like you're not going to get on a scale and be like, I don't know, I've probably weighed the same amount for the last 10 years, but my body composition has changed. There have been years where I'm super, super muscular and all of that is like bulky muscle. And then there are years like this year where I weigh exactly the same, but it is not muscle. And like that's just life and it's ebb and flow. And I think, so it was after college, I was like, it was the first time I felt like I'd gained weight. And I was looking back on a photo of me from college. And I had this moment of like, wow, that girl hated herself. Like I was sitting like where I was and I was like, wow, I wish I looked like that again, which is stupid because I was 22 years old and it had been like 6 months. And I was like, oh my God, like I was so hot then. And I finally went, wait, like it's also like checking yourself and your programming and where is this thought coming from? And I just realized like, oh my God, like that girl in the photo hated her body, but here I am looking back on it, wishing I still looked like that. Maybe it's all bullshit. Yeah. Like maybe I could just love myself where I am. And it still like comes and goes. And sometimes I'm like, ugh, but it's most of our society is built on fat phobia, which is wrong. And
so wrong. Like, and two, haven't you found like such a joy that your body can go from being very muscular and then to, like a year 2020, we've all had the pandemic, to be a little more softer and more tender and softer. Like what a joy that your body has the ability to adapt and change.
That's the thing. That's nothing. I don't know, nothing stays the same ever, like not in nature, not in your body. Like even if you have like a super quote unquote healthy regimen and like lifestyle, like consistency is key, obviously, but like also check your motives. Like, are you working out because you hate your body or are you working out because you love your body? Like, and the way that I started to think about it in a really simple way is that body is my most precious pet. So like if you had a puppy,
I love that.
Yeah, like if you had a puppy, you wouldn't be like, wow, you stupid fat puppy. Like you look ugly today. Like how dare, oh my God, I can't believe you ate all those biscuits. Like you would literally never do that.
You would never say that to your, never.
So like don't do it to yourself because all your body does. And again, this is probably a little bit like super, I don't know, like maybe too positive, but like your body is good, like shows up for you as best it can every single day and like generally speaking works and does things like digest your food and breathe air automatically that like your hair grows, like it does a lot and we should be nice to it. And if you wouldn't, like, I don't know, Absolutely. Be super mean to your puppy. Don't be mean to your body.
I love that, Danny. That is so perfect. And I've never heard that before, but absolutely. If a pet puppy, a pet piglet, you would not be like, don't eat that. You would not talk. You would know. You would not do that to a puppy. So
right. Like think of like a fat cat. Like you wouldn't be like, wow, I hate that cat because it's fat.
no.
Like you wouldn't. And it's also just a fact. It's not your value, your size, your body composition, whatever it is, like your appearance in general is not your it is not what gives you value.
And it sounds like you've had such tremendous growth in your life. At what age did you say that you learned to love your body? And it's so okay if you are still in that learning stage and that growth. But when did things kind of start to click? Or was there like a moment that was like, oh?
I feel like it's probably been like, I mean, definitely that first year out of college. So like probably like 22. I'm like fidgeting a lot.
It's about the audio,
yeah.
babe. Love you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, probably like just out of college, and then I probably just hit that point every. I mean, it's also just like a practice, like reminding yourself that like I am not my body, but my body is my friend, and it's doing the best it can. And the least I could do is like give it. Yeah, you wouldn't like not feed your puppy. Like you need to feed your body. Like you need to like be taking care of yourself. And I think all of that is just a way to show yourself self-love. So it comes back all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's something that I just started practicing reminding myself of. Because then there are times where I like, there was like one year where I was like, just for shits and giggles, let's meal prep and like learn about nutrition and see what this does.
Yeah.
And it was like the first and only time I've had a 6-pack, and it was still like underneath like a slight layer of like natural fat that appears on everybody.
Of course.
And I was kind of like, oh, okay. Like I didn't like value myself anymore. I wasn't magically healed of insecurity because my body looked a certain way. It's all about meeting yourself where you are, wherever you are, because there's never going to be, if you're not doing it for pure enjoyment or for honoring your body and loving yourself, you're never ever gonna reach where you think you want to be.
Absolutely. And speaking of me, I will say the emptiness will always be there. I remember even before the pandemic, just trying to run 5 miles every day and then do bar class 7 days a week. Like it was just, and then when I got to what I liked, so my good body type, very hourglass, and then like having good sex, I still didn't, I still felt empty. I was like, well, now I got the and I'm still chasing. What am I still chasing after? Oh, and then I'll eat like only grapes and blueberries and cheese fries all day. Like it just wasn't adding up. And that emptiness still stayed. And it wasn't, at least until me, I was like, working out is actually good for my mental health. It's, even right now, I got a little cute little, not even a pot belly, got a little gut, and I love it. But working out,
I got a beer belly in 2020 and I love it.
Love it. I love
her. Good beer.
I love her. Even when I'm in the shower, I'm just like rubbing it. I'm like, I'm so thankful for my body. Cause as you said too, it shows up like every day, even on days I might even say when mentally I don't want to fucking show up and I want to stay in my room, blinds closed, like depressed, eating some bonbons. Like my body still shows up and is still very loving. Isn't it so funny? Like as women, the journeys we have with our body, and like, I don't know about you, but like the worst that I've been with my body, like my body still like loved me and still took care of me, even when I was so like mean and not kind.
Yeah. And our bodies, like, and again, like it's all of our bodies are different and we all go through, you know, our own journeys with our bodies. So I don't want to take away from like anyone's like struggle, you know, like people with chronic pain or chronic illness or anything else. But I think like it's just, especially as women and femmes, like there's power in honoring your own body where it is now, knowing that it's a part of you, but it is not all you have to offer or what defines your value, your beauty, or like your ability and right to take up space. Like I think that's where I'm at.
I love that. That is so beautiful. It's very encouraging. What do you love most about your body? Or is there a specific body part? We can even go there, but what do you love most? I know for me, I'm very just happy about my body functioning and like the brain wiring. Like, oh, I'm so happy I can like ride a bike, get to the track, come home, take a shower. Like, I'm so happy I have like the brain body function. But what do you love most about your body?
It's so funny. I'm like, well, I know what I don't love about my body.
And
Like after my after my whole like spiel, I'm like, love yourself, meet yourself where you are. It's like, well, I hate my hands and I think my feet are weird.
They're big. And that is so important because women, I really think those aspects are always going to be inside of us. It's always going to be there. I mean, speaking for me, I will always have, that good devil, bad devil. And
yeah,
that bad one. Even today, I like glanced at my ass in the mirror and I'm like, look at that fat ass cellulite. Shit. And then I was like, no, like just put on your panties and leave it out. And I did leave my cellulite because I was
reframe it. Look at my fat ass.
Look at that. Look at those dimples. Look at those dimples.
Yeah.
I love that, just to backtrack, because I don't think there's ever going to be like we know it all. We are at that holy grail of just, I think the insecurity or that form of self-deprecating, hurtful will always be inside. That critic will always be inside. So I think it's just our ability to, kind of craft the tool, maybe ask, I don't know. It's just, but that's so amazing that just happened because that's how it happened.
That's unlearning.
Like,
yeah. That's like that's what you have to unlearn, is like to just jump to the negative. So I guess things I like, I've always really liked my little tushy. I enjoy my booty. I got it from my dad. It's just a little bubble. She's always there. I think I love my eyebrows. I love them when they're super heinous and overgrown, and when from far away they look very groomed, like right now. And then I think one of the biggest ways, aside from just like moving, and I do have a lot of injuries from like college sports and just like things that didn't heal correctly. So sometimes I still get very, very frustrated if like I pull something again or something hurts. It's just trying to like love the days I can do it, and to honor the fact that if it's getting hurt, I should be gentler with myself. And I think on top of like, I was saying like my final thing that I really like skincare. So I think like something that I love a lot in a way that I show myself self-love is like,
that is beautiful.
I like face stuff. I like skin stuff.
That is beautiful. We'll get into, so I love the skincare and that regimen. And I agree. There's something so nice about just taking care. I don't know if it's about when, like, for me, it's like, oh, we're getting older, but skincare is really like so nice to like take care of your skin, to like lather. What else does self-love mean to you? And how do you try to cultivate it in your life?
Ooh, that's so good. Mm-hmm. I think it sounds cheesy, but in therapy this year specifically, is reconnecting with your inner child and like really understanding the part of you, the part of me, I'll speak for myself, the part of myself that gets scared and anxious and acts out or whatever it is like a part is a little me who thinks that like something bad is happening again because something has happened before, and to not run away from that, to like is to honor my own emotions and understand that like maybe others can't, even if I really, really want them to, but like I can, like it's, and like the older I get, it's not anyone else's job to, like I'd like them to, and I'd like to be able to like talk about it and share it and like ask for help when I need it. But if I'm honoring myself and taking care of myself, I think one, it kind of silences that critic in all of us, or in me, in myself.
Yeah, it does. Oh my God. Absolutely. Absolutely. Love is like the ultimate.
Yeah. And just practicing asking myself, what do you need? Or if something goes bad in an interaction with someone else, going back to it and like retroactively healing it and being like, okay, what did I need? Like, who was talking there? Was it me or was it my inner child? Like, was I, and I don't know, I think Yeah. Self-love
That is so
is
beautiful.
yeah, I don't know, giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, not in like a narcissistic, like I never mess up way, but just, yeah, I don't know,
That's
meeting yourself where you're at, and then hopefully
that's
you're
so
able to show up
beautiful.
better for
That is so
others.
beautiful. And I'm like good with meeting myself where I'm at, where I'm at, but I've had to work on, or this year I'm working on it, meeting other people where they're at, because not everyone's gonna like be able to match my energy, match my like spunk. Like no, I need to meet people where they're at. And two, I think when you show yourself grace, it's so easy to show others. Like even like you were kind of running late for our interview. I'm like, girl, take your time. I am reading. You're like, but I'm like, relax, take your time. Like, I think offering grace to yourself is easy. Like, it just makes everything kind of flow. And that way, self-love is just access at all time. Like, you're just in flow with it, and your vibration is raised higher because you're at peace. And I really love too, Danny, what you said about inner child healing. So beautiful. And so how to tend to ourselves. I mean, shit, we're coming up on a year in this global pandemic. Like, this is insane. The amount of debt, it's just so insane. So to really be able to be, I know, speaking for me, be with my 7-year-old self, my 8-year-old self, shit, my 13-year-old self, and just to like soothe and nurture her, that's been like, oh my God, life changing, because we're still in such uncertainty times and such high anxiety, and so many different things are happening, and so many big life changes that we all kind of had to be forced into in the best way, but in also a scary way. So inner child healing, key. And did you work on that in therapy? Where did you come to that? Oh my God. Cause I say inner child healing and people are still kind of, I'm like, no, I'm like, hang a picture of your 8-year-old self and talk to her every day. And like,
this is baby me.
Oh my God. You guys, Danny has her baby. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
In
my phone case.
I love that.
Yeah, I think definitely this year in therapy is something that's like, I think it's just an easier way to like structure it and call it what it is. But I think for a long time, I was always filled with like so much shame and guilt about a lot of stuff I'd done, which, spoiler alert, ended up being very normal and human. Like none of it was that bad.
Women, all of us, no shame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I never really did anything that terrible, but I was filled with so much shame that like for a chunk of time in my life, probably from like the end of high school through college and maybe even after college for a few years, like I couldn't look at a baby photo of myself. Like, cause I would just go like, oh my God, I ruined your life. Like you had so much promise or so much love and innocence, and I don't have that, and I took it from you, and it's my fault. And so I think that was kind of like unknowingly my first acknowledgement of like an inner child wound, because then I think after a while it was like, because I don't know, I'm pretty in my own head and introspective and like want to
Scorpios, we're deep. Yeah. And we go through
so deep.
How many transformations in one lifetime? A bunch.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think that was something that I unknowingly started working through and being like, well, and again, I think it's always questioning the critic and being like, well, who taught me that? Or like, why is that? Why do I think that? Or who told me I was bad? Or who told me that was bad? Does that align with my belief system now? Like, oh, it doesn't? Then it probably wasn't that bad and I can let it go. And so like, I still have tinges of that. Like if I look at like baby photos, but now I look back and I'm just like, oh, so cute. And I think, and I think the deeper work with it was definitely in this last year, because I didn't realize how much of my anxiety was because I don't know, there's a smaller part of me that was like, I don't know what's going on and I have to be good, because if I'm not good, it's like everyone will be mad at me or like leave me or whatever it is. So
that's so incredible. And two, don't you find, I love that you were able to figure out those wounds and kind of heal. And then two, ask yourself those questions. You guys, for body image and self-love, like ask those self-limiting beliefs, like who told you, okay, story time, and I'm wearing yellow. Some boy, some probably white boy in grade school was like, you look like Big Bird, big, black, and in yellow. And I love to wear colors. It was Arizona. My grandmother just would make me the cutest dresses. Y'all, probably from 7 until now I'm 26. Wait, no, just last year I started getting comfortable with wearing yellow again because I was so traumatized. And so I was already kind of an outcast. I had dreadlocks and I was only like the token Black girl in my whole community. And then to be like so shrunken down to be afraid of a color. So then I really had to be like, wait, being in therapy, being like, wait, who told me this? And I didn't even think that. And it's to go back and to reprogram. One, it's very deep. It can be traumatic because I'm just using it to color. It can be way harsher and darker than that. But you kind of get the puzzles. And then I feel like you're really able to understand who you are. And in that moment in time, just go back and be like, and just, now I know, wait, actually yellow was my favorite fucking color. And I loved it because my Nana would make me dresses and because I'm Black and gorgeous and yellow makes me pop. And, it wasn't even about the one person trying to like bring me down and call me Big Bird and feel so insecure. It wasn't about that. I mean, it was just about how I felt in that moment. But now I feel so beautiful wearing yellow. I feel like my inner child, 7 years old, just happy in the Arizona sun, like just bitch, like I am light, I am God, I am woman. And when you're able to go back and do those deep inner child healings, you really then have like a sense of freedom, like a sense of freedom to be yourself and to be okay,
Yeah.
It's powerful.
I love that. I think that's also the problem with everything. And I think that's like the important self journey. Yeah, everything. I think that's the self journey that everybody should go on, is like truly questioning like, well, why do I think that? Like, why do I think I shouldn't eat after this time of night? Why do I think like, why don't I wear yellow? Like, why don't, like, for a long time I was like, oh no, I don't wear crop tops. And then one day I was like, wait, why don't I wear crop tops? Like, who did that? Like, what? And because I think our society specifically, especially as Americans, with like capitalism and
white supremacy,
just the white supremacy, the constant struggle, just like hustle,
just the systems,
of like
all the systems.
Be productive and be, like meet my standard, which is this unattainable and very exclusive standard of living. I think it is important to define for ourselves who we are. And I think that's a belief system I have about literally every facet of a human being. Is I think like the biggest one is people who are like, I don't know, get like freaking fussy about pronouns. And it's like, dude, it doesn't affect you. Like, you don't get to tell somebody who they are. Like, they get to tell you. And that's something that I think is important, is like, you get to, and you have to teach yourself how to do that, because it's easy to like be like, no, I accept everyone. But if you don't accept yourself, like, you're still part of the like fucked up cog of like,
absolutely,
you have to fit this mold. When like it's your job to tell people who you are and to be excited about yourself. And
I love that. Oh my God. Yeah, it's your job. And two, at least for me as a Black woman, there's a sense of freedom. Like, no, I'm telling you who I am, and I don't even want a seat at the table, bitch. I'm going to build my own table. And that's how you become empowered. And I think that's how you empower others. And two, this podcast is really just women's empowerment. Like, the previous generations got it fucking wrong. I think it's going to be us and Gen X to really like, this is what it is. Like, there's room for all of us. Like, that whole society construct of only like, well, at least for me being Black, there's only room for like, one Black girl, one POC, or for even just the whole rules of us, the girl, the clique, the society, the mean girl, like just all of that. Like, get the fuck out. We're stronger when we're together. And I think when we're able to like learn and hear each other's stories, there's something so powerful, and we become free from like the patriarchy and all the messages that we were programmed. Like, what? Again, who told me that I couldn't eat bread? Bitch, I did not start eating bread till like 2 years ago, because I was like, nope, can't eat, I'll be fat. Nope, can't do. know who these messages, these things. And two, if you don't know who you are, I think it's really, that's so okay. I mean, that's the journey. Like what a good, like you can start from there. You can figure out what lit you up as a child, what you need to work through. I don't know. I think the journey of it is really beautiful, but that's not to say it's not hard. You know, there's been times it's hard. It's hard. And I won't even want to say painful, because you're just breaking that shell of yourself, of who maybe you thought you would be. And you're just creating who you are, like who I am today, how I'm showing up for, like, that's all you can do, you know?
Yeah. And I don't know. You said that perfectly. I think there's freedom in showing up for yourself as you are. And I liked what you said, like there is room for everyone, and it is the patriarchy and white supremacy that has taught us all and kept us in this mold of there's not room for everyone. Your uniqueness makes you other. Like, oh, I can't remember. Oh, like I can't remember a gender spectrum. Like, no, like there is room for everyone. And that mentality is dying because people are learning how to question it and how to define themselves and love themselves as they are. Every version, every season, every, I don't know, end of the
every
spectrum.
season.
And there is room and there is power in diversity, in representation, in I don't know, variety. If there was only one kind of flower, what the fuck would, who care? Like, I'm just saying, like,
I love it. I love it. All right. We are going to wrap up. This is a podcast on cooking. We like to talk about cooking. What is your favorite cocktail or mocktail if you were sober? What do you like to drink? And I mean, we were in the bar. See, I know I miss New York. We miss you. We'll come back to it. But what is your favorite cocktail?
My favorite cocktail. Oh my gosh.
Personally, I'm loving champagne right now. Oh my God, y'all. I love Prosecco. I love Prosecco, but my girlfriend's like, it's like I like Prosecco. I think Prosecco is better than champagne. Don't at me, but I'm down with the Prosecco right now. And it's like a little bubbly, carbonated, nothing said. That's what I'm doing.
That's delightful. My favorite cocktail. I don't know. I like so many different things. Like I don't know. I love a good gin martini. Like I like a dirty martini. Like,
oh my, I've never had a martini. What does it taste like?
Ooh.
That's the one.
I mean, a dirty martini, like, yeah, a dirty martini is just like gin and olive juice, and so it tastes salty and like olives with like a bit of a gin kick, and I like that.
That sounds disgusting.
I'm a salty bitch. Otherwise, like, I don't know, the usual like Manhattans. I feel like I'm not, you know, Manhattan's, old fashions. I love
it. When I was dating, old fashioned was my drink. I'd, you know, to like, you know who I am.
Yeah, it's good. Otherwise,
I love it. Yeah. And then just the cherries. You like something a little dark, a little bitter.
Yeah, I'm not a very sweet person, like in general, like emotionally, if you get to know me, maybe. But I don't know. Yeah. And also I think I just like gravitate, like me, people are like, what's your favorite cocktail? I'm like, beer mosa. Like, I like beer a lot.
Wait, no, that was me too. Like in New York, like, what do you do? Or I was devastated and I turned 21. There's no Coors Light, like at the bar. I mean, you can go to a bodega or something, but at like the bars, I'm like, I just want a Coors Light. Like I'm just, you know, backstreet trash. I just want a Coors. I don't.
Yeah, I just want a tall boy. I just want to walk around.
That's it. Describe what's your breakfast routine? How are you a morning breakfast routine? What do you cook? What's your thing?
Breakfast is my favorite meal.
That's why I love you.
Yeah, it's like
I go to bed the night before thinking, I'm like, okay, what's for breakfast? Like, or even eating dinner that night, I'm like, ooh, what's for breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm like a self-appointed Eggs Benedict connoisseur because I've been to like many countries. That sounds so douchey, but I've been every country I go to, or every part of a country where I like go out to breakfast, I'm like, I'm gonna try they're Eggs Benedict, and I'm gonna see what the fuck is up with it. So I've had some like the craziest Eggs Benedict I've ever had were in Australia, because the food in Australia
Was it amazing?
Yeah, I mean, I had one that was like, it was like a cube of hash browns, or like, no, like a potato gratin, like really thinly sliced with cheese,
yes,
baked. Yeah, it was in like a cube, and then it had the eggs and the hollandaise sauce like on top. Like, so I haven't made that at home, but that's my shit. I like my go-to whenever I can is like avocado toast. I love a poached egg. It's an art. Like,
or a jammy egg.
Yeah, like I'm down. I love eggs and bacon. I like avocado literally whenever I can. But then my other like go-to like healthy hearty breakfast is a breakfast burrito, where I do like scrambled eggs, onion, beans, kale, like I'll like massage it with olive oil and salt and pepper and tomatoes and a green chili salsa and avocado, and just like wrap it all up and like don't put it down until you finish.
Oh my God.
That's like, yeah, that's my heaven.
That sounds amazing. Oh my God. Danny, this was so amazing. I love talking to you. Where can everyone follow you? What are you working on? Where can people follow you? You're such a light. You guys, she's a phenomenal comic actress. She's so funny. I can't. And yeah, where can everyone follow you and find you?
I'm pretty much just on Instagram right now at Danielle Sarcasmo. So it's spelled how it sounds, the name Danielle, and then the word sarcasm with an O at the end, all in word. That's where I do most of my stuff. I'm also like in a bit of a transitional period right now, so I'm sure there will be more eventually. But yeah, mostly just Instagram. And then there'll be like a website and my own
it's coming. Be on the
podcast
lookout.
videos to come. Yeah, I'm also on a comedy team called House Party Comedy. You can also find us on Instagram. I think it's House Party Sketch Comedy on Instagram, but we're also on YouTube, and I think we're very, very funny. And we have a virtual show in March. So
oh my God, I'll get a ticket. I have to support you. Yes, I'll get a ticket.
Oh, thanks.
Well, no, because y'all, before the pandemic, I'm just gonna say it as I said. I was the friend who flaked. She loves it. She's a flaker. Cool. But no, this pandemic
actually until the pandemic, because then it was like, are you free this Thursday? It's like, yes, I'm free all Thursday. I will be there. And then we were there. Like
literally. But
I need to be near you, but not closer than 6 feet immediately.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I love you so much, Danny. You got me through it too. Our socially distanced walk, being around New York forever. You're here spiritually, and I'll be here waiting for you. But I love you. Thank you so much for talking with all of us. You guys, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.